All right. So I got good news and I got bad news. And so we'll do the bad news first because there's way more good news than bad news. The bad news is, well, it's bad news for us. It's good news for Jimmy. Jimmy is like on a beach in a forest, being a Zen philosopher or whatever. Jimmy's version of that is he was going to try and make it in today, and I told him to fuck off. Just go be in nature and take some time. We've been doing this like literally every day for months. So Jimmy's got the day off today, and hopefully tomorrow too. He was going to try and make it in tomorrow. I told him just to not do it and come back fresh and be good to go. But the good news is we got Jason Unsmashed here from WAXP Whales, and what was that? Square Rooted, which is a game we're going to talk about. WAXP Whales, I just like because like it's the only time I've ever been able to qualify for anything with the world whales in it.
I'm glad to let you
in. Right? Yeah, and actually it was really only I suppose I'll have to like make my gratitude for M Blue this morning because doing that music NFT drop with him was the only way that I could kind of get this ball started to the point where I actually could be involved in a super classy group with the word whales in it. So yeah, I'm super excited to chat with you, Jason, hear about everything you guys have been doing and everything you're about to do because it's real good. We got a packed show today. We got 53 people in here already, which is a lot for a Monday morning. You crazy weirdos. Tons going on. I'm going to give away 2 pieces of land for Discord. Discord, crashed through 1,000 while I wasn't paying attention. Literally hit 1,500 last night. And so I said, both those 2 things I was going to do giveaways. So we had a forum in there until this morning at 8, and I got one of those spinner things up with like 500 things on it. I think we're probably going to end up breaking those free wheel spinners, which is fun. So we'll be giving those away, and I actually crafted a tequila in our planet. So we're going to do the unboxing, and I need you guys for that. Like I unboxed like 15 or 16 things in our planet and got 15 commons in a row, which apparently is very statistically unlikely. It was like the kind of streak you just don't want to have. And I unpacked one with all of you guys watching and giving us some good juju. And like, I think Gary said he killed a chicken, which is a little awkward, but sorry, chicken. And I pulled an epic, which is like the coolest thing I've ever pulled in our planet before. So having all of you guys here to like, bring the juju and the the luck magic is fantastic. So before we go any further though, Jason, what is one thing that you are grateful for in this moment? Let's get you up on the wall.
I'm grateful for my family, I'd say. And actually there's been a lot of good and bad with this last year, pandemic and all, but man, the time we've been able to spend together has been fantastic.
Awesome. So this morning, I'm grateful for M Blue for getting me started in wax. For real. Without that guy, probably none of this would be going on right now. So it's kind of a big deal. And hey, thank you guys very much for sharing this. I should say, I'm going to be giving away Brad the Builder. Is actually, I think, Brad the Third on Discord gave us 100,000 Aether to be given away on the show today as well. So feel free to throw your wax account, excuse me, in the comments. I'll just pick one randomly, scrolling through at some point. Yeah. So we got some crazy stuff going on. Well, let's chat about. Tell me everything about WAXP Whales. Like I kind of got into WAXP Whales. I'm like super excited about it. Obviously, there's some crazy shit going on there. Tell us all about it.
Yeah. So WAXP Whales at its core is community. We're a community of whales, which we define. What we wanted to do is bring in experienced people with NFT and wax, right? And that could range in a range of things. What we did is we took $10,000 bought plus sold on your wax account to qualify. I end up doing the verifications for everyone. We make exceptions all the time for people that can demonstrate experience, and not that. There's plenty of other places with, if you're just getting started, and we all started at some point, but what it does is it helps, with the conversation be just a little bit more strategic, a little bit more advanced, and I think our users at Wax Whales love that. In addition to whales, we bring together creators. We've got over 40 creators with whitelisted collections that are in Wax Whales, and we bring together influencers. So that those three groups really bounce off each other constantly all day, and we've done some pretty amazing things, and we get some amazing kind of synergies and help right between each other as we're all learning, right? We're all going through this. We're all trying to figure out the next thing and try things, and it's been a great community put together to do that. I'd have to check Discord. We have people that don't verify as well. We have a whale watching channel in our Square Rooted channels, but they feed GIFs or GIFs. I guess I got to figure out which way to pronounce it here. I get yelled at either way. In the Wax Whale side. That's sick. Look at that.
I know. Right? I was telling Jason earlier, like, oh, it looks like I got a neighbor, and like I actually came over here and said hi, earlier. That was my little sea lantern post down there. I was like, hey neighbor, what's up? And
are you sure they're friendly? That fireball's going your direction.
It does look like it's coming my direction. That's like not cool. He's like trying to get my attention. Either way, like this is really good. Whoever this is, like say hi.
Yeah, that's
it's really fantastic. Sorry,
and when you put that fire down, like you better know it's not going to spill over because that's a mess.
All right. Is this lava in there? Oh, it is too. Yeah, that's the other thing too, guys. I do like the fact that it's actually on fire. So, and this is actually not too bad. Good to say, like, don't use lava prodigiously in the because it'll kill the server.
It goes everywhere.
Yeah, and it literally because it treats it as an entity, so it actually it creates server lag. And we're pretty good on server now, but like just get used to it. If you see people using lots of lava, give them shit for it. But I mean,
that water on it.
I might actually make an exception for this because it's really well done.
That's gonna look cool at night,
right?
Now that you know what it is at night, that's gonna be like, oh boy.
Right? We'll find out. I have God mode.
Yeah. And they use glass too, so you can see through it. That's
right. Cool. Yeah, that's what it's sort of like. That's kind of well done. And congrats for not making it look too much like a dick the other way. I mean, that's thank you. I take that as a personal favor to me. Have you been watching Mythic Quest at all on Apple?
I have.
Oh man, it's totally worth watching. It's like it's my life now. Like it's basically this group of misfits creating a game, and they're basically like one designer lady wants to give everybody a shovel. It's like one of these massive role playing games or whatever. Wants to give everybody a shovel so they can kind of adapt the world. And of course, if you give them, and the basic line is, if you give anyone like in a game, if you give them anything that can make a dick, they're gonna make a dick. And of course, the second we brought Ken Bozak in here, what did he do? Fucking makes a dick. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. Hey, just lead him to the water. There you go.
Exactly. We can only do what we can do. Anyway, that was fantastic. Like really, really well done. If you're our neighbor, like this is, the Uplift and the Uplifters team plot over here. If you're our neighbor, leave a sign down there and say hello. Would love to say hi. Freaking dragon. Well done. Anyway, sorry. I get all distracted. Awesome. So Wax Whales, you were continue.
So community, those are the three groups that we've put together. I'd have to look. We've probably got about 500 members or so on Discord, of not only those three kind of verified areas, but also Square Rooted players and non-verified that hang out in whale watching with us. And it's great. We've got some the typical defined channels that are there, but one of my favorite is the Big Brain Strategies channel that we've got. And we put things in there that we just share with the group. Really, there's many of those strategies could give you like an individual edge, so to speak, but they're out there for everyone to learn from and try and do their best with what they're doing.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I need to pay more attention there, like because everything's been super busy. But even like because I know you guys are like doing a show now, right?
Yeah, so we started Wax Whales Live this couple days ago. Friday was the first show. We recapped phase 1 through 3 of Square Rooted and had a guest on and kind of got everyone caught up in if you're new to the game, and also where we're going with it, kind of next steps.
Yeah, that's huge. So I was thinking, like, it might be good to, and I know Jimmy's been getting people on to do roundtables, right? We had one last week on the Crypto Writer channel that was it was epic, right? It was, Sorrow from Alien Worlds and Blankos and like it's I felt like honored, frankly, to be in that room, right? It's like we've done some cool things with the uplift, but these people are fucking serious. It was really good. But like having a bunch of people in to talk about strategy, I think in a meaningful way. We would, if you guys would be willing to pick a few of you guys and come over and do that, that'd be
would love to.
I think really, really good, because I think we can start educating people in the space as much as we can, right? It's like I know a little bit, but probably not anywhere near as much as any one of you guys, and definitely not as much as you guys collectively. So I think that's an amazing resource for people.
Not even I think we're all in the same spot. We're all learning. We all have different experiences we're bringing to the table. And not only mashing us together, but we're also looking to bring in experts from outside too. Like we want to bring in a DeFi expert and kind of present and have an open Q&A type session.
I think I might have somebody for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and if he's not the right one, he will know who to bring. So that's good to know. In fact, I'm gonna write that down. It's funny, like I'm on computers like 24 hours a day, and I have like a little notebook because
I do too. My brain. For me, it's more the writing part. Like I process, right? I can type so fast. I'll transcribe what you're saying, but if I write it, I like really process it. I can think through it. So I've got my good old grid notepad over here. Right,
there's something just like kind of tactile about that.
Well, that's where that's where square rooted moments start too. I think I've got some. This was the pack development notes, right, where we're going in, trying to come up with like, all right, how is this all going to work up and down, and that's where I use my paper too. Is like, just modeling that out. You got to get it out there and think about it and process how that's going to work.
Well, let me pull that. Let me pull this website out. We'll take a look at it, because it looks like there's some math involved, and like I have to math with our sometimes, and it hurts my poor little brain. But I'm excited about this because like
there's a little math. And by the way, don't go to squarerooted.com. That happens to be a farm. It seems to be like pigs and animals. We could still check it out, but squarerooted.io.
Yeah, I got this
the site.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Yeah. And by the way, we got like you have to come on the show all the time because we're getting like a massive bump with the WAXP Whales coming on. It's like 113 is, I'm pretty sure, definitely a record for us. So you're just gonna have to be our best friend now. Anyway, so tell us all about this.
So Square Rooted launched just over 2 weeks ago. So we're brand new, but it's put together a couple things. It's a game that I designed, both the look and feel of, as well as the mechanics of. But its main goal and main purpose, one of the main things it does is connect with and promote our NFT creators in WAXP Whales. Okay. So we have for this series, we've got 10 creators that partnered with us, and definitely bless them because they joined the game at a time where there wasn't much out there yet. They put a lot of trust out there for this to work,
right?
And we've got some great things as a result. So Square Rooted, if you're brand new, really starts with the number 2, and that's actually what phase 1 was all about for us. Was our phase 1 launch? Two Saturdays ago, and it was crazy. It was crazy. When did you finally find Square Rooted? Or do you remember kind of about when? Because we've gone through 3 very wildly different phases so far to get this up and going.
I think I actually just found out about it from you. So I don't have any of these, and that's unacceptable. I'm gonna have to start buying them off the second.
So in Square Rooted, so it all starts with a 2, and so 2 Saturdays ago we started at 10:24 a.m. Little homage to one of the numbers we use in the game, right. And we dropped 1-2, and it sold to Puffed Creative, who's actually one of our NFT creators within WAXP Whales, and And that was the first drop, was 1-2. And then at 11 a.m. we did 2 twos, 12 p.m., 4 twos, 8 twos, 16 twos, all the way up to 8 p.m. We ended with 1,024 twos, and we sold out typically 30 seconds or less. And I think we had one number in the middle that was a minute or less.
Wow.
But what the twos do is the twos are the building block of the game. And this is where the math starts to come in, but not too bad yet, where you've got, 2 twos, you can blend a 4. 2 4s, you can blend an 8. 2 8s, you can blend a 16, all the way up to 1024. And Saturday, one of our players, Sam, actually, who's the guest on WAXP Whales this last Friday, and will be the guest this upcoming one as well, was the one player, and with a lot of help from community too, the one player that built up to 1024.
Yeah.
And kind of won the night, so to speak, of our phase 1 launch.
That's cool.
So something that became the rallying cry, though, that day, were some of the tough decisions that had to be made, and the innocent murdering of low mint and mint 1 NFTs building up through the game, right? So that became difficult. You're holding, this game is unfolding. Nobody owns anything above you. At what point do you blend your NFTs to get perhaps a mint 1 of the next higher level NFT?
Right.
And we actually had Puff Creative saved mint 1 of the 2s, but mint 1 of the 4 and the 8 and the 512 were all murdered that day. And if you go through our Twitter feed, you'll see we had a funeral for the 4. We did some fun stuff along the way, because
that's awesome.
Mint 1s you don't burn, and here we are just thrashing through low mint NFTs to get to the next level.
That's awesome. All right, who is Sammy Snake? I feel like I should know who this is. I feel like they brought an army to our show today. So welcome.
We got a lot of Sammy Snakes.
Welcome all you Sammy Snakes. I think I was actually talking to them on Discord, but I talked to too many people now. My brain is small.
Yeah.
So, yep, there it is. Yeah. So that's incredible. I need to pay way more attention to this. This is going to be a lot of fun. So what's the plan for like the next step for Square Root? Where are you guys going after this?
Yeah. So that was phase 1 on Saturday. Phase 2 introduced the Radical. And the Radical, if you go in squarerooted.io in the how to play, you can see the core game. First of all, the 2s and the Radicals. And so one thing to mention too, we're a little bit different in that how we get our game out there, in that we've got an ongoing drop. And that drop link is in how to play, get 2s and Radicals. You can pick up 2s and Radicals whenever you want. There's just a timer. It's a claim limit on accounts. Yes, I know people have multiple accounts, but kind of stay within the boundaries of not doing too crazy with that. And the core game NFTs, like I just mentioned, 2 through 1,024. The blending NFTs, you can kind of see how the 2 2s go to 4, 2 4s go to 8, and so on.
Yeah.
But the glitching NFTs is where the game starts to get interesting. So the backstory of this game is, and if you scroll to the very, very bottom of our Twitter feed, you'll see some of the kind of seed backstory, messages that are put out there. Is Square Root is actually a kid's card game, right? But was found just like maybe the telephone and Matrix, if you remember, can kind of connect both sides of the world. So it was figured out that you can glitch these cards and rescue NFTs that have been stolen from this place called the Radical. Okay, so the cards you can glitch, see that like 256 on the bottom right, the 1024 on the bottom right, it's got that little glitch symbol.
Yeah.
Those guys you can glitch, and the way you glitch, you can see on the how to play glitching NFTs, you take a Radical, which is the other item that we drop, and you take either a 4, 16, 64, 256, or 1024, blend it with the Radical. So if on your web browser, go to how to play and then glitching NFTs, it'll give you the visual for that.
Got it.
And you get then essentially the square root of that number. You get a glitch 2 or a glitched 4. Yeah, so those are our glitched NFTs right there.
Oh,
And if you
cool.
scroll down, you'll see the recipes of them. Yeah, so a 4 with a radical gives you a glitch 2. A 16 with a radical gives you a glitch 4.
I see.
So on.
I love that this is like, based around obviously some simple mathematic functions, but it does. And there's people in the comments saying this looks, like a really sort of clean looking, slick NFT game. It really is. It's like, and the amount of, I mean, like obviously you guys are doing well, but like, I'm like looking into the future. This is gonna work. Like you guys are gonna be doing this a year or 2 years from now, but you're gonna need some bigger numbers.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've got bigger numbers, but those numbers are decently big as well.
Oh,
I
I
think
know for sure.
we passed, and it's so there's a couple things there to unpack. Like there's a whole, phase 2 is about rolling out our creator collabs,
Right.
which we've done, and that's where these exchanges come in. And so to kind of pause there and talk about some of the backstory there. I'm relatively new to NFTs, but have wanted to make a game my whole life, right? And what I found in Square Rooted is really the culmination of things that I've done across my career. I'm in technology, so I was able to put a lot of things together. But what I built into the game mechanics of Square Rooted were some of the things that I just loved about NFTs, around the blending and the crafting and the finding value in between things. Especially like Street Fighter, was a big NFT collection for me. And, with the powers and the builds, and like, hey, I could start down here and build up, and that's actually, less expensive or more value than kind of buying over here. Or sometimes the reverse is true. And you got this kind of constantly moving board that's out there. And you've got all these different strategies that are happening of what people are wanting to do. And at the same time, I didn't want there to be kind of an end, like a collector's NFT has, where you kind of collect everything and you're done.
Right.
The way this is designed is these exchanges can come and go perpetually. Now, what we're doing right now with our creator exchanges is, the glitch 2 or the glitch 4 or the glitch 8 are what you blend to get into these creator collabs. And if you go in how to play to exchanging NFTs, you'll see some text with that, but a link to then the creator collab NFTs. Yep. So this is how you can glitch. There's the blends there. You can, obviously go to the market if you need anything, but click on that first paragraph, creator collab NFTs.
Oh, sorry. I'll go back here in a second. Hey, is this? Oh, it's on Nifty Blocks too. That's awesome. I freaking love those guys.
Yeah, they're
cool.
We wouldn't be able to do this without them, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
All right, there we go.
All right, and you were here before, but these are the. But now you know what it means to be a free exchange versus a glitch 2 exchange, or so on. You take your glitched cards and you blend for these creator collabs.
Yeah, this is great.
And kind of the reasoning behind when a collab's at one level versus another. If you did an exclusive NFT with us, if you built your NFT, your design just for Square Rooted, you're at the glitch 16 level. And if you allowed us to use an existing NFT of yours, we probably made it transparent or did some things around it. Then you're at the free 4 or 8 level. But behind the scenes, we are compensating all of the creators for these exchanges. And actually, in total, I said one number before, but I went back and thought about it. We've not only engaged creators for these collabs, but we've engaged a creator for this upcoming phase, which I'll talk about soon. And in total, we are paying over 65,000 wax to our creators to be a part of this game. So that's from a wax side, that's fantastic, but also just the exposure to these collections has brought already so many new collectors to their collections, and they've been off engaging with each of them, as well as promotions for being a part of this or whatnot. So that's been a lot of fun too to see.
Right. Yeah, that's I love the collab angle is so good. And it's one of the things I think sort of, our planet got into the whole the community side of things, right? By obviously basically offering value to everybody else at scale. Which is crazy. But watching all the different NFT projects start to commingle their communities, which is really what all of this is, right? Like the NFT stuff is fun, the NFTs are fun, the math is fun, the gamification is fun, but it's really the people in the communities and where that attention flows that ends up, I think, creating a large amount of the value. And so it's just anytime you see the collab thing, it just that to me is rising the whole tide. Every collab you guys do with somebody is, upping their profile a little bit. It's, bringing more people into your ecosystem, and everybody 100%. Does a little bit better, right? And
that's honestly, I think one of the best channels we've got in Wax Whales is the NFT creator channel. And I guess hopefully I qualify now, having done this out there as a creator, but the ideas that just get bounced off the creators are phenomenal. Like, and everyone's helping each other. Everyone, just like you said, raising the tide. It's happening, and this is, if you don't believe it, this is proof of it. And just the numbers that are coming out of the new collectors and the people in this collection have just been phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's really, really good to see.
Yeah, let me pull up real quick. The amount of NFTs we've created, either bought or blended, let's see, in the last 2 weeks or so. So we're up to 114,000 NFTs.
Nice.
Which is nuts, right? Like, all started from that 1-2 and
boom,
and
boom,
gone from
boom.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Exponents are great. All right, so again, like, thank you to everybody who's showing up. By all means, it's all the YouTube-y stuff. Subscribe, hit the bell, blah blah blah. I was saying it up in the comments a little while ago. We cover the uplift on this channel. It's kind of why we started the channel. Obviously, my name is Corey. I'm the founder of the uplift. It's the whole thing that we're doing, which is a metaverse where we use Minecraft and NFTs to give you ownership of land and stuff. It's pretty fun. We interview as many people in the Wax NFT sort of cryptocurrency and blockchain space as we possibly can, because it's just really fun and we learn a lot, and it's good cake. So I'm going to be giving away some land today, which I think is like the lowest cost for land is about $500. Lowest cost for rails about $700 or $800 now, which is super fun. And that's just going to be for the people in our Discord that filled out the form before 8 o'clock this morning. So unfortunately, you can't win any of those. However, I got some Aether. I got 100,000 Aether donated by one Brad the Builder. I think we just call him Brad the Builder because he builds a lot of stuff in the uplift. His real name is Brad the Third. His real name on Discord. So let me pop this out here, and I'll give away 100 grand of Aether right now to. Man, there's a whole lot of comments. You guys are awesome. All right, so who should we give some stuff to? Just gonna pick randomly here. Rolando Chung, I decided you are the winner. So what are we looking at here? Q2 FBC. Wham like you do. All right. Boom. Sent. You know what? That's fun. I'm going to match Brad the Builder and send out another 100K because I can. And then we should probably open that one up. I got that tequila thing sitting in my wallet, burning a hole in it.
Yeah. I was not drinking yet.
Yeah, we ended up.
I mean, how long does that last, really?
I don't. Yeah, who knows, right? I was. We did a clubhouse on Friday, and I'm such a freaking lightweight now. Because musician was my job before this, and it's been like a while since I was gigging full time, probably about a few years. But when I was, I basically got paid to drink. Like it was a thing that I did. I'm just really grateful that my liver still works. But now, I had a half a shot of tequila and 2 beer, and the next day I'm like, I need a It's so terrible. Yeah, right. Yeah, don't get old, ladies and gentlemen. It's a terrible idea. All right, so let's go with Who should we go with? Just scrolling through here. I'm gonna pick somewhat randomly. All right. I guess we'll go with Jay Roquecraft. Just for fun.
Nice.
Make sure I actually type this out the right way. All right. Sent.
That was your epic pool though, wasn't it? Your all those commons, you're giving away epics.
Yeah, I'm not giving away epics. I'm giving out some Aether. I'm crazy. I'm not that crazy.
I thought you were giving away your
Oh no. No. I unboxed
congrats.
them. No. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm definitely not that cool. Yeah, I gave that the epic one that I got yesterday. I gave to my wife. She's like, I've been sending her up a little mine and stuff, and basically said like, this is like literally just like it's like 10-15% of our mining rig. I want you to just whenever you feel like it, just sell this to Wax and just use it for fun. And she's like, there's no way we're making this much money off a game. I'm like, yeah, that's the small one. Anyway, so
hopefully you build like a glass case or something around it. You know, it's like something that can kind of show it off and
right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm gonna pull it up here. All right, so I did this. Was it 2 days ago? Sunday? Is that just yesterday? Did I just do it yesterday? Jason, I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit.
No, yesterday was Sunday.
Right? So just in your minds, sacrifice a Minecraft chicken for me. You don't have to kill a real one. I mean, that
we can and we can kill low mints if we have any low mint square rooters out there. Maybe we could just burn them
right
for the heck of it.
Sacrifice
right now. Like,
exactly. Sacrifice a low mint because it fills the air with good juju. So anyway, for the people that don't know, like I unpacked, like I bought a bunch of land on our planet. I had minted a bunch of these things because I hadn't been doing it for a while. I'm like, no, I got to give back to the ecosystem, blah, 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 right? So I literally unpacked like probably $10,000 worth of NFTs and got all comments in a row, like statistically almost impossible. There was a run to kill all runs. Oh my God, it was terrible. And we came on the show and, there's about 40 or 50 people there yesterday. It's good to see all you guys here. This is fun. But we basically just like tried to blow on the dice, do the luck thing, whatever, right? So just like blow some magic juju. This is gonna sound gross the more I talk about this analogy, so I'm not gonna do it anymore. Gary came out and said, "Oh, I'm gonna kill a chicken," and so it works, right? So just gonna run an experiment. If this is a comment, it's all your guys' fault. So that's what I really want to pawn this all up on you guys.
That's basically what it means.
Yeah. That's exactly it. It's just because you didn't try hard enough. Damn it.
Yeah, not enough mints were burned.
Right. Not enough chickens sacrificed. For the record, none of that is true. All right, let's rock and roll. No, I'm grateful all you guys are here. That's probably what we should do to really stay on brand. Is just think of something that you're grateful for, and that will give me luck. Which of course is also not true, but probably will improve your life more.
By the way, how great is the salt and the lime on these things? Like,
I mean, look at this.
Whoever nailed not only this but the actual drink itself. Like whoever discovered that, like
solid work. Maybe might have been trial and error. Who knows? But yeah, well done. Well done.
Yeah, totally well done.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but my heart rate is high. Let's do it. Do. Uncommon. Pretty good. All right. I will claim that with extreme prejudice. Right?
What if they had a don't claim? Like you're just like
don't claim, just like
don't even want it. Just
like nah, screw that. Not even worth my time.
Yeah.
Do you imagine? Anyway, that's funny. I wasn't even sharing my screen, which I had totally meant to do. You'd think I was like I'd done this before. Anyway, it was uncommon, and it was all your guys' fault that it wasn't a common. So that my streak now for getting YouTube to help is an epic and an uncommon, and I'll take that. Yeah.
We got a tequila half full. We got someone saying better than a common. I mean,
right? Exactly.
Positive people out here. Like,
well played. You know what I should do? The next time, because I'm gonna be crafting one of these expensive ones every week at least, right? So the next time I do it, I think what we'll do is I'll put out like if it's a common, I'll give out 50,000 Aether. If it's uncommon, 100,000. And just go up like a lot, 500,000, maybe up to like 2 million or something. and then really like, you know, give back to the community the higher and crazier it gets or whatever, something like that.
That's got to affect the odds.
Hey, Luke, if you keep spamming that, I'll just block you because that's like, come on now, that's dumb. Insufficient sacrifice. It was barely sufficient sacrifice, is what it was. So that's good. All right, hey, while we're doing this, let me just get the wheel up. We'll do the giveaways for the land in for the Discord channel while we're at it. Just while we're doing some giveaways.
Good. Yeah, and then I'd love to share where Square Root is going to. We've got a phase 4 that's launching, and maybe that can get the good juju of the wheel of gifts. And
there you go.
And, oh my God, look at that thing.
Yeah, there's too many. There's too many.
Does that even pick one? You know.
Hopefully.
You have half a pixel to win.
Right.
It's a little noise. Hey, there we go.
I'm going to send this right now to do the thing. Actually,
how many can the wheel hold? Like, can it just go forever?
I don't know what the theoretical limit is. But
that looks like the what's that 1 million NFT project that's going on, or the $1 million homepage from 20 years ago? It's like little pixels of everything. It's just a mishmash.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if that's what the uplift is going to look like. You know what I mean?
This is like the sky view of all the plots.
Right. All right, cruise control. I love the sound effects. All right, guys. So the first one gets some rail. The second one gets some land. And I'll be sending those out this morning. And we'll continue. I think that account we set up for like the little giveaway thing. I think we'll probably do it for 1,600 in Discord. I want to do one for Discord as well. Basically, what we did, and I'll post this in there because I can't remember exactly what the wax count is now, where we were sending donations. I just said, hey, let's just, because we're having fun. After we hit 2,000 in Telegram, when we hit 2,100, we'll just give away a couple NFTs and just donate like a couple. No problem, and whatever. And by the next day, there was like $1,000 worth of NFTs in there because our community is ridiculously fantastic. Yeah, it was nuts. So we're gonna do the same thing for Discord, and then we'll bounce back and do something fun for Telegram, and we'll just keep doing that stuff. Hey, Jay Rowcraft, you won there, Home Slice. Enjoy your 100K Aether. That's fun. All right, so
can I share something cool I learned just yesterday from one of our members? So this comes from Stuck at 6 p.m. There's a action on the smart contract for our NFTs called lock template. And what's cool about this is if you've ever made an NFT template with infinite supply, or if you want to kind of shut down a particular NFT and cap it wherever it's currently at, you need to at least have one minted, but this could be however many. You can execute this lock template action, and it's a one-time thing. You can't unlock your template, but it will update the max supply to the current number of minted NFTs that you have in that template. Right? So it closes it down. And so the way that we use that on Friday, for example, is we have a I was here NFT that's claimable at the start of the live stream and up to 24 hours later for our international watchers that are sleeping at the time that watch the replay. So I created as a unlimited supply template because who knows how small or big it'll get claimed. But then after 24 hours, I run that action and it locks the template at that supply and it updates, right? For anyone that has the NFT, they know they're 10 of 179 or whatnot out there.
That's awesome.
It's I'd never seen that before. Stuck at 6 p.m. Just like, hey, do you know about this? Many people don't, and it's an interesting mechanic, right? To put out there, like you could do things like we're gonna let however many people buy or blend this NFT, and after 24 hours, we're locking it. So if there's only 2 of you, you got a 1 out of 2. If there's 100 of you, it's a 1 out of 100. And I think it's a neat way to not only clean up, templates that had an infinite supply that maybe you wish you didn't have anymore, but also kind of put some game mechanics around, kind of a time period that you can get one, but not after that time period.
This is when I was talking to Recurrier from they just did the Metaforce launch, which went pretty well. They think about gamification. I think about as much as you do, right? Like where it's just you want to start exploring and taking advantage of all these tools. And with Uplift Art, when we were doing that, like it was pretty basic, right? You can kind of burn any random 10, get the next level up. Down the road, it was like burn a whole set and get like Ultra Collector's Edition, whatever, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And it just seems like you guys are using those mechanics and discovering, little pieces like the one that you just described that and it feels like it's so early too, right? Like, what does this look like in a year? That's kind of where I go, right? Like that. This is going to become an intense specialty. And of course, we're, going to be launching an entire line of power up NFTs. Of course, like wandering around in the Uplift metaverse, you're going to be earning Wax and Upliftium and Aether probably, and like a bunch of different things, right? And so, we're going to be able to incentivize different actions, but it'll be because you have different NFTs in your wallet, right? We'll have a whole Code 5 system, that whole thing, right? But then, having the burn upgrade mechanics for all that stuff, right? Like, instead of making tequila, you might need like an alien world shovel and this and that and like a traveling NFT or whatever, and that blends together. And this might be the only way to maybe get incentivized to like use a boat, for example, which is one of the things I keep going back to this. Like, we could just say, okay, you can earn Aether for every mile that you go in a boat. I don't know. Who cares? Sure. It's fucking fun.
Right. Anyway, absolutely. Yeah. No. And you're throwing Minecraft in there, which is just a whole nother kind of infinite set of things that could happen, and you can derive things from location like you're already doing. You can derive things from actions or blocks or particular types of blocks like that. That's you're using all those things for kind of the currency or the engine, right, of what can be generated in there. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's really because we were just as a media thing, we were messing around with Minecraft because we wanted to like start doing streaming or interviews from it or whatever. Because we were doing interview podcasting at the time, and I started playing Alien Worlds, and that's when my brain exploded, because that mine button can be and will be every possible action in Minecraft. And then when we build Uplift 2.0, it'll be whatever we want, right? Because that's where we're doing this land sale stuff as a capital raise essentially.
Well, maybe you could get. So I went with the pandemic and all, right? We're a huge music fan. We love going to concerts, but obviously those kind of came to a grinding halt this last year. But a lot of artists went to Twitch, right? You could see a lot of just great live stream music there. One created a whole venue in Minecraft, and it was kind of a 360 venue, and they did a live concert in Minecraft. You paired it with an audio feed, outside of Minecraft, but everyone's there jumping around and lights and lasers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so maybe, for someone, maybe you have like a stadium or a concert venue or something, and the artist gets paid in Aether by, how many attendees there are, jamming for an hour or whatever. Right? There's just a ton of ways you can spin engagement in your world.
Yeah, and I'd love to figure out how they did that. If it's just people being in a place and pairing it with audio, we could absolutely sort of do that audio like outside the game or whatever. But we get requests for that all the time. Like when can we have a venue and stuff? One of the things we've been looking at is how to stream, because we've got the ability to hang pictures now. So people are going to have like pictures of their NFTs up, and galleries are going to have NFTs, because we have like working QR codes now as well. So we'll hang up an NFT picture and a QR code, so it takes you right to the sale page on Atomic. Like all this stuff to kind of allow for the businesses and the collectors to really kind of get a lot out of it, right? But yeah, like people wanting to have like actual events. It's just such a huge part of what we're going to be doing that, I'll
have to go put my Street Fighter logos there. Then I'll go put them in your gallery.
Yes. You put them in your gallery. That's the thing. Everybody's gonna build their own. Although we are, I think there's a few people that are planning on building sort of museums that are going to have like specifically fantastic collections, that kind of thing. That's cool. But yeah, it's going to be good. TC says he needs a list of builders in the game. So do I. We're actually going to be doing. Is Hustle House on your creators list?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Let's talk about it after, because we should get him on there. He's like relatively
Right.
new, but he's got a fully verified collection, and he's going to be doing a huge collaboration with us. It's basically an idea I've had for a while to kind of promote all the builds that are currently in the place. We're gonna have like at least 100 builds that are going to be have like full location on them, so they're gonna be easy to find. Promote the builders, that kind of thing. And then we'll do like short videos of like the top 10, just super basic kind of blend mechanics, I think.
Nice.
But he's gonna be doing that for us because I don't have time. And so that'll end up being like a really big collection. So I think it's he's already doing pretty good, but I think this is gonna be a really awesome thing for him.
Your comment on time is really interesting. I mean, it's what I found works well is just putting things out there and iterating. And usually that iterating means kind of building the next thing and growing out, but it also can sometimes mean shutting things down, right? Like it's just what you thought was going to be the idea 2 weeks ago just is not panning out, and you kind of look at your time and where you can spend it, and you just have. So what we actually had to end up doing is we unlaunched our Patreon. We thought that was going to be an initial way to kind of help support the server and whatnot. So we refunded everyone's money. We gave them all the same benefits. They kind of have the same benefits for free now within the server, but it's like, it just didn't feel like I was doing that part justice that I originally intended to when all this other stuff was blowing up. And you just got to prioritize your time and where you spend it in work and in life. And I think that's the community was super accepting of that too. Like, I think they just know that everyone's doing everything they can. And sometimes, that idea from 2 weeks ago just gets edged out or turned into something different.
Yeah, the Uplift community knows this well. we keep telling everyone we're in alpha, right? Like I basically, we put this, and it's funny too. Like we hired Chris Tuttle, who was the ex dev manager from Cogs, right? Just kind of through almost happenstance, she was like paying attention to us, and we ended up having a conversation. It was like an ultra awesome hire. Like she's just the perfect person to be sitting in that position for us. And managing it, and the only way we could have hired on all the amazing nerds that we've hired on to start building stuff out, because like that, it has just been pivotal. Anyway, we figured out at the end of this last month that we had been building together as a team of about 10 people for like a month and 4 days. It feels like a year, right? Like it's absolutely incredible. And what we basically did was, right, like we came up with the idea. We knew the idea would work. And so we basically minted some NFTs and pushed the entire team out the window of an airplane with no parachute and said, build it. The parachute, that is, right? And we did. Right. And so, and it's the degree to which it's worked has been fascinating and fantastic. But obviously we're rough around the edges. And people just coming on board, I think sometimes get the impression that we know what we're doing to some extent. Right? Yeah. It was like, and we do. Like, obviously, the
secret sauce is there is you and an engaged, if you want to call them kind of project representatives with the community. Like that engagement is the secret sauce. The projects that throw something over the wall and there's zero communication, and you're like, what is this? Where's this going? Especially when they throw a curveball. That's the death of that. But I have found. The community is just as interested in helping it evolve as they are being a part of it and engaging with it, as it is right then.
Yeah, 100%. It's the only reason why it works, because I think giving ourselves the permission to iterate as quickly as humanly possible, which of course means giving ourselves the team permission to fail. I explicitly tell them this all the time. We're going to try some stuff, and some of the stuff isn't going to work. That's awesome. Right? Fail fast. And the only reason why we can do that, to your point, is because the community is there, having seen us do all this stuff. And when we stumble, we make it right every time. And they know this, right? So like anytime new people who just showed up, of course, new people are showing up all the time, see something that reminds them of some, botched, NFT drop somewhere else, watching the community, just go, no, listen, like it's going to be all right. And like, I'm trying to be there the entire time that I possibly can, but even when I can't, they are. And you're absolutely right. We couldn't iterate as quickly as we possibly can without losing a lot more, I think, momentum and people. If it weren't for the community, they were like, no, these guys are awesome. Don't worry about it. And we try to live up to that.
I saw something at another project that really gave me pause, and it was a user that said, "Hey, I'm new here, and I'm really struggling like getting up to speed on what I need to be doing. And that like actually sat me back a little bit. And that's kind of where honestly the importance of getting this website for us up and going was so critical, because all this has been on Discord from day one.
Right.
Is you've got now, as the community kind of matures, you have new people entering at any point who it's brand new to them. They don't know the backstory or the history or why this works the way it does, or what failed that used to work. And so it gave me pause to also think about, you know, the experience of those new users as well. You know, if you're entering this today, what does that look like for you? How do you get onboarded and up to speed so that you can be a part of this community that you're kind of seeing from a distance initially, as quickly as possible, and make sure that community is kind of open to that as well, because that, you know, that's how we have to grow with the new people that are joining these projects every day.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Do you want me to share? Do you want me to share where we're going with phase 4 of this thing for
yes,
Square Rooted?
please. Yeah, you want to? Did you fire me that link, or do you want to do that?
If you, I'm really just going to talk about it. There's a base 2 NFTs line, base 2 NFT set in the website. Okay. But it's text right now. But so
yeah, you can just talk about
it. If you're catching, if you haven't heard of Square Rooted yet, you're actually catching us at a really good point. We are just under 2 weeks away from launching phase 4 of Square Rooted, which is the last phase of what we call our base 2 series. Base 2 because we start from that 2, right, and 2s go into 4s and 8s and so on. So what phase 4 is we have commissioned a professional digital artist to create a 48 NFT card set inspired from our 12 collaborators. And the 4 cards, 4 NFTs per creator that we're going to have a sketch NFT. This is kind of the rough drawing of the idea of what this NFT is going to be. We're going to have the illustration of it. So this is the final clean line, full colored. And by the way, this artist, I feel like could be working at Disney. Like the quality that this person does is just bonkers. So sketch, illustration. There's an animation NFT, so that illustration is going to be brought to life. And then the last one is a time lapse NFT. It's going to show from the first line stroke to the final animation what it took to build that complete NFT set. And we're talking about the game mechanics for phase 4, kind of how this is going to fit into our current game this Friday on WAXP Whales Live. The link is in squarerooted.io under the base 2 NFT set page. And then the week after, we're starting the unveiling of each 4 NFT cards per creator. So that's on the 14th, also on WAXP Whales Live. And we'll show the 4. We'll get them launched and kind of repeat that for 12 weeks as we roll out phase 4. What we've shared so far is owning the collaborator NFTs that we were looking through before. Are the VIP passes to get this set. The game mechanics of exactly how that's going to work is rolled out this Friday. But that's the benefit. That's the reward of being a part of Square Rooted so far. You know, if you didn't already like the collaborator NFTs enough, they're going to be your pass into getting essentially the lowest mint possible with these artist designed NFTs inspired from these collaborators that are coming up. So the details are on the website. The game mechanics are rolled out on WAXP Whales Live. The first ones are rolled out on the 14th. So you still have plenty of time to get some of those collabs. Many of the collabs have sold out, so they're on the market. There's others that are still available to claim. And some of the last claim numbers of each collab go fast. Diamond Fins. Have you seen our Diamond Fins NFT?
Yeah.
That's if you do the base 2 NFTs, creator collab NFTs, that go to the very bottom. So obviously a play on diamond hands, right? We've got our WAXP Whales Diamond Fins. That one sold out. It had 25. It was funny. We had this was just a couple days ago. It was at 21. of the 25 sold out. And one of the community members was watching that, trying to get the 25th one. They wanted the very last
$500 now. That's awesome.
Yeah. And
cool.
and within a matter of 10 minutes, 21 through 20 or 22 through 25 just got exchanged. And this guy came back after, I don't know, he's taking a break or taking a shower or something. Is like, what the hell happened? Like, like this thing just flew. So we have others that are sold out as well. And just be careful when you kind of get close to that end. They go quick. We've got some interesting strategies that come out. The cyber puppies and virtual Alaskas. If you look at those templates, we've got people that own like 17 of them, and so they've got their own strategy going on with what they're going to do with that. So we'll see that unfold as well as phase 4 launches. Cyber puppies. I don't know if I've shared this with anyone. I'll do that here though if I haven't. Cyber puppies is the first phase 4 NFT set. So
nice.
It's going to be the one, and this artist. What we said is, we need these 4 NFT types, but from there you have 100% creative control. Like, and they're asking us questions. We're like, it's up to you. Ask us another question. It's whatever you think. So the art that's going to come out of here is kind of untethered, right, from us and any kind of preconceived what we need. This artist is 100% running with what's going to happen here. So we're going to see things that are inspired by these collab NFTs, but can go any degree. Like it could go really dark or really light. All I said is just keep it family safe.
Right. No dicks.
Not too far,
it's not rocket science.
No
anyway.
Dragons with lava that somehow look, nothing like that. But
it was pretty good.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Right. I'm just like scared I'm going to see it now. Like whoever made that dragon. It made sense. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I am who is has been a longtime fan of the show. Actually donated 100,000 Aether for me to give away, and they asked me to get you to pick who wins.
Oh boy.
Anybody with a wax address, let me know. I'll get it up there. I'll get it up.
So do you want me to pick someone that's put their wax address in the chat?
Yeah. Here? Somebody who's got their wax. Just keep it easy enough.
All right, let's do Joshua Varayo Santos. Okay. Looks like at 6:46 a.m. I'll put it in our private chat here.
Awesome, perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Right, congrats. All right, actually, I have to pull. I'm not in the. Anyway, I'll get that sorted out. There we go. Thank you. All right, another winner. Chicken dinner, because we killed all those chickens so that I could get it on common. Thank you for that.
Low mints. And I'm sure low mints were sacrificed.
Thank you. Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, have you seen the burn, by the way? Like if you get a chance, even if it's not here, look at some of our templates. Like our 2 currently has 60,699 minted so far. Of that, 57,060 of them have been burned.
Wow, that burn rate is hardcore.
We just have a fire sale constantly.
Wow.
There's a tremendous amount of burning that goes on in this game.
That's awesome. That's I mean, it's such an amazing thing to see, the level of engagement. E99 death to chickens. All right, so Jason, one of the things I like to do, Jimmy and I both like to do on this show, like we want to, uplift the people that are in the space. Like I want people to get to know you to whatever extent you're comfortable with that. So like, how did you get into NFTs? Like, what were you doing before this?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been in technology my whole life. So I'm comfortable with that. I went through the ranks as a software developer, building websites and databases and, CRM systems, ERP systems, things like that. And I think what I've seen over life is it feels like every now and then there's just an all-in moment, and you probably get only a couple of those in your life where you kind of go like, okay, this moment, whether you recognize it at the time or you recognize it afterwards, is an all-in moment. Like there's something special here that's going on that I want to be a part of. My last all-in moment that I didn't realize is when I sold my last Bitcoin at $130. That was an all-in moment that I probably should have been buying at 130, not selling at 130.
I sold an Alien Worlds land a few months ago for I think it was like $1,000, and I thought I was getting a steal. Like I thought
Yeah,
I'd robbed the guy, and the
yeah,
minimum
yeah,
price on those right now is like $30,000. I'm like,
yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah. See, and at the time I'm like, this is getting expensive. Like I need to get
Right,
out of this. Like,
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it was like that with domain names. And I don't know, I've got a short list of all in moments. And so I didn't realize that all in moment was quite there yet when I started with NFTs, but it really clicked with me on what it is and what it represents. And I started in March, right? So I'm only a couple months into NFTs. But what NFTs can do, and all the, like we mentioned Nifty before, like just the community tools that are out there that you
Yes.
can put together and create something really unique. Like for me, just clicked, right? And that's where kind of taken my technology experience, my desire to make a game that I've just in the back of my head had for, I don't know, the last 10 or 15 years, just different times, NFTs and what you could do. And then just this community that we were building parallel with it with Wax Whales, and the ability to take our creators and our whales and our influencers and have them connected to the game as well. That's what kind of the genesis of Square Rooted is, and also kind of what became an all-in moment for me, that hey, there's something special happening here with NFTs. There's something special happening here with what we're able to do with Square Rooted and Wax Whales, and that's really taken now all of my spare time and weekend time, hammering out websites or rolling in new features to the game, or connecting with creators to be the next collab, or getting phase 4 ready, or thinking about what's after base 2. It's just consumed me, and bless my family for letting me have that time and space as well. My chores have never been more ignored than they have the last month or so to speak. But it's just turned into one of those moments, and it's been really engaging for me. Like I've the art, for example, on the cards came from an interest I had during the pandemic around learning live video production through an application called Notch. It's at notch.one. If you're at a concert, it's likely the visuals that are running at the concert are run by Notch. And so the platform is really meant for kind of live 3D graphics and animations with a lot of different effects and whatnot. I ended up using that to produce the cards and give that little like 3D effect and the of it turning. I mean, it is 3D. Our diamond fins is out of Notch. Everything's out of Notch here. But if I hadn't have kind of had that interest 9 months ago, like I don't know where the cards would have been created, right?
Yeah.
Or the website experience. So it's also kind of been a culmination of kind of career experience and knowledge that I've been able to bake into getting this game made and produced and launched as well.
Yeah. So here's a question. As a whale, I've Wax price is doing pretty good. Like obviously I think it's going to do probably relatively well for the rest of the year. Do you have like just an internal target date for when, because we don't know, right? Nobody knows like when the next crypto winter is going to come. We have no idea. Like I sort of talk about, the just going off the 4-year cycle that, November, December, January, of this year, and then next year is sort of kind of when I'm sort of soft targeting it. But again, who freaking knows, right? Anything can happen. Do you have like an idea yourself around when you think that, it's a higher probability of that happening? And B, sort of what's your plan for, when the sort of Bitcoin speculative markets start to cool?
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, I really like the Wax DeFi model and what they've done there. And if you haven't heard of the Wax DeFi model, if you go to your Wax wallet, they've got a DeFi link there. And then Anders has some interviews with the lead engineer at Wax that put the whole DeFi model together on YouTube. There's 2 of them over the last maybe 6 months or so in his history. Watch those. What DeFi is, the simplest I can explain it is it's leveraging the activity from Wax. The 2% tokenomics fee that's in UNA. So that goes to this DeFi model, and they work with it from there. They burn some of it, they put the rest of it into the DeFi. They have ways of distributing it, and the only way to participate in that is to essentially get to a WAX. I think it's a WAX E-ETH token, and so there's a couple steps to get there. If you're new to this, be really careful, because while the initial exchange to get to WAX E, which is not WAX E-ETH, to get to WAX E, you still are going to have some pretty significant gas fees to get into the WAX E-ETH token. Almost to the sense of, if you feel like you're putting $500 into to do that initial conversion, you're going to probably need about $500 of Ethereum and gas to fully get there. So kind of double what you're, half what you're thinking of doing to get in there. But as far as DeFi models go, when you look at everything else that's out there, it's actually got a revenue source. There's something that's driving putting revenue into the DeFi model, as opposed to just new users coming in and out of the DeFi. And so it benefits from economic activity that happens on WAX.
Right.
And
and you're getting, it gets, it's part of the swap as well, right? So it's like it's basically creating a bridge so that Ethereum or it's things in the Ethereum sort of ecosystem can move into WAX back and forth, whatever. Fine, right?
Yeah, it provides a liquidity pool for that. Yeah.
Right. So, and you get, a small percentage of just being in that liquidity pool. Fine. Yep. And you always have to worry about the variability rates, like if WAX moons and Ethereum only goes up a little bit, like you're sort of, they call it like a permanent loss or whatever. Like it'd be better to be in one or the other. Fine. But that 1%, that's why I'm in that position. As well. Like, and I just I took some out, like every time Ethereum fees go down, the gas fees go down, and like they're, Ethereum 2.0 might actually be happening now. Like what?
Yeah,
like, we'll see. And I know Axie Infinity moved off. I was having this conversation with Tuttle actually about how, like the gas fees are going down a little bit, and why is that? It's because the games are all leaving onto their own proprietary side chains, all stuff that had to happen or whatever, right? So I went in there and just like on my little position, I made like 10% in a month. We're like, wait, what? And so like, I'm just going to be adding to that position, because I'm so glad that you brought this up in conjunction with sort of the next sort of crypto winter cycle, right? Because I'm looking at that for real as like a 5-year position, because it just keeps, it's like a money printing machine, and NFTs aren't going to slow down. I'm predicting this right now. It's going to change. The hype is going to probably go away a little bit, but like companies like ours, and probably you guys as well, the second crypto winter starts, we're going to start marketing to no coiners because we can. And now with Legend, that we've got fiat rails, right? So like we're going to be able to market to the rest of the world.
Well, and so I'm not quite sure it slows down, because at least in the United States, there's a tremendous amount of friction for new users to join WAX and put fiat money into WAX and be trading and whatnot. And we're all working towards reducing that friction, so it's super easy. I think that when that continues to happen, and the projects continue to increase, whether it's big brand projects like MLB, launching, which just has brought a whole ton of new users to the space, or even small, everyone has their audiences that they are bringing to this platform. And so when you ask that question, yes, absolutely, you could buy WAXP, which is kind of what typically people refer to as WAX. And you can hold that, and it's going up or down or whatnot. But if you believe in WAX and where WAX is going, I think the long-term play is the WAX DeFi model, because it's built for kind of long-term investors, and it benefits from the economic activity that I just believe is going to continue to grow out there on WAX.
You're absolutely right. Because like the entire way through the winter, and when I say winter, like we're talking about like 4-year crypto cycles, right? It's crypto summer now. The whole like throw a dart at the market and win, that's not normal, right? It's normal for like 12 months out of every 4 or 5 years or whatever, right? So any of us have been through the cycle before, or 2 at least, if you're selling Bitcoin at 130. We sort of know about this stuff, right? So it's going to happen. But that is some great, and I'll say it, that's financial advice. I'll fucking say that right now. Everyone's always like, this is advice, and it's good advice. And again, like that 1%, like imagine getting a tiny slice of 1% of all the NFT sales on Atomic Hub. Right. That's pretty good, right? Like that's like that's a great position to be in, right? Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, no, and it's it's a mind bend though. Like I've watched Anders videos multiple times. You know, we mentioned even earlier in this, like we want to bring some experts into wax whales to give their position, and everyone's learning on this. I am by no means an expert on that, nor a financial advisor, despite you you say it's
No, well, exactly. We
but
that was
you know,
just
all those
general life
disclaimers, little
advice. Yeah, exactly.
satisfaction, not a guarantee.
Caveat.
But
Yeah.
boy, when you look into this, you know, if this is piquing your interest right now, go look at those things, and that to me is where the long term wax is. I mean, I don't. Maybe you can. I couldn't tell you, aside from, you know, lightly connected to Bitcoin's ups and downs. I mean, even wax, right? We just went from what, 17, 16 cents. Now we're like in the mid 20s, like in a week.
It's almost
Like,
30. Yeah, so
yeah.
we were
I mean,
we
I
were
haven't even looked this morning. But
yeah, we were
what
at, it was
happened?
like 28, 29. It just we hit support and bounced back up, right? Like it came down, you know, after, you know, basically, you know, shifting up into a new range, hitting what I think 32, 33 at the max last time.
Yeah.
And you know, and then cooled a little bit, which is going to have to happen, right? I mean, that's with Bitcoin. Every time you go through those cycles, there's what, like 7 or 8 plus 50% drops through the cycle, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, the sky is falling!" And people have been here before, like, yeah, buy the dip, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
And so this, that's definitely what I do with wax. I guess for me, you know, I know some of the projects that are coming on board, right? We just did this test with Legend.art, and you know, we're testing the fiat rails out, and it kind of worked and it kind of didn't, but we know it's gonna work, right? And we've got you know, do I even say it? Has it been said out loud? I shouldn't.
I know. Too, like.
I know, right? One of the largest music acts in the country is going to be dropping with Legend, alongside one of the highest grossing visual artists in the world, right? So like, you know, so that's happening. We're talking to Atlantic Records, we're talking to Warner, we're talking to Sony. You know, we're like, so as one company, we're talking to all of these people that like are just massive, and they haven't dropped yet, and that's all going to be on wax, right? And so like. You know, you bring enough people into the space, enough active wallets with enough meaningful transactions, price only one direction to go, really.
Yeah. We have to remember we are such an early adopter. You know, we're before early adopters even right now. So we might get frustrated with things that are happening, but we have to remember we're dealing with such a small percent of people that are in this right now. And we are laying the groundwork for, you know, for the early adopters to even come. So
and I think you're right.
Just so much growth here.
Yeah, like the early adopters are going to come even next year, and this is the thing. So like, you know, wax anywhere from like $1 to $5 by the end of the year. Who knows, right? And again, nobody does know because it's going to take as long as it's going to take, and whatever, right? But we really could, as a company, we're talking about accelerating out of the crypto fall and like 10xing, right? And like, and so I think you're right. Like, as far as what we can do as NFT projects, because and like, you know, we're not even talking to Minecraft people right now. Like, I've like expressly like, if somebody wants to talk to me for Minecraft, I'll talk, like influencers, whatever. Like, I'll talk to them, but we're not going after them because they don't usually care about the price of Bitcoin. Next year is going to be a lot better, and we're learning a lot and kind of growing or whatever, right? And I think that's kind of true for everyone, right? Like the you know, big drop that we're planning associated with you know, Sony television, for example. Is that enough of a hint? You know, that like nobody, like a time, well, 2% of people are going to care about the price of Bitcoin at that point, and it's going to be fiat rails. Like, it's just not going to be, does anyone have any extra Bitcoin? It's going to be, can they put their credit card in the thing that they put their credit card thing in? Now they have an NFT on wax, and the only way to sell that is with wax, right? So we're just increasing the market cap of the whole ecosystem.
And I think the next era of NFTs is still the company, which is really the utility of NFTs, right? You know, we've got this kind of collecting right now. We've got utility within the game itself, but as we now kind of branch out and integrate and cross connect, which is another. Here's one last kind of big brain strategy for you. That again, this Stuck at 6 p.m. guy is just killing it on the tools, the things he put out there in the community. So I'm going to give him all the credit in the world for this. He figured out how you can take two NFTs you can take an NFT from one collection and blend it to another collection to reward something from that second collection, right? So let's say you had something that you wanted to promote on Square Rooted, okay? And
Okay.
I create a redemption card on Square Rooted, and I cap it at 50, right? So that you're comfortable that only 50 of these can be made. You can set up in your account the ability to do a blend that accepts my redemption card from my collection and mints something in your collection for the person that blends that. So it's almost like my redemption card can be redeemed through your Nifty, through your blend for something in your collection, right? That's mind blowing, right? Because now you're breaking out of only your NFTs, blending for your NFTs. You can take a whole anywhere, right, of NFTs, and you still have to approve it, right, as the one minted from your collection. You still have to be the one that sets it up. But now that whole redemption process, you don't need to do manually. You can kind of cross promote. You know, I can create things on mine that feed into yours, or vice versa.
Right.
Like that's game changing right there. Like
if we wanted to make a mining tool that was really good out of the 18 trillion alien worlds shovels that exist, as an example.
Yeah, you could accept those shovels as something to convert into your game.
Tuttle, we're doing that. By the way, Chris Tuttle's actually here. I'm excited that she's here for this conversation. She's our super genius head of dev.
So Jason, you can do that now. That's
supported now. And again, like there's like maybe 5 or 10 tools like that are just like, whoa, this kind of changes the game, right? For people that are kind of doing this kind of stuff. What does that look like in a year?
Yeah, big time.
Like I don't even know. It's just gonna be good. So guys, make sure you go to waxwhales.io. Make sure you go to was it squarerooted.io?
Squarerooted.io. Yep.
Yeah, squarerooted.io. I had that up for a little bit. Feel free to join the Telegram, t.me/the uplift. Thanks for liking and subscribing and hitting the bell and doing all that YouTube-y stuff. We had a huge day today. Gave away, I don't know, $1,400 worth of NFTs in Aether, which is fun.
Some chickens died though.
And some chickens did have to die for the tequila sunrise that we cracked open for our planet. Got an uncommon Tuttle. Woohoo! I was really excited about that. Had some people donate some more Aether we had to give away. Not had to, got to. It was good. It was like Monday morning.
Good
rock and roll.
Great
all right. Super stoked to have you back whenever you want. If you guys are, launching anything or whatever, just let me know and we'll get you on the show and give you whatever bump we can. We apologize to the chickens that were harmed figuratively, hopefully not literally for the show. But
the low mints got harmed.
A bunch of low mints in the Square Rooted got destroyed just for my luck. So thank you for that. But it worked. Anyway,
it's a good way to start the week.
Right there you go. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. And that's it. That's the show. Hey, one thing we do, Jimmy always does this, but he's not here. Could you do like a karate chop?
Sure. Right now?
Do it up. Yeah, do it right now.